I think we as Tolkien fans have a pretty good understanding of what kind of a direction Amazon is going to be going in with their Rings of Power show. We have the Vanity Fair article, we have the teaser trailer, all of that stuff, and we see the writing on the wall of what they are doing with this show. They have no intentions of being faithful to the source material. They have no intentions of being respectful to Tolkien. And now we are going to do something that's a little bit fun, but is probably also going to be a little bit depressing. At the same time, we're going to be going back in time, and we're going to be taking a look at what Josiah back in 2019 was saying about this Rings of Power show before we started to get any information about it. And we're going to see what my predictions were, what I thought was going to be happening with this show. So let's go ahead and start with this video here, which was, I believe, the first video that I uploaded on the Rings of Power show. So here we go.
Hey guys, I'm Josiah, and I wanted to talk to you today about something that is very dear to my heart, and that is Lord of the Rings, or rather the new Lord of the Rings series that is coming out from Amazon.
I just want to say, like, wow, like, this is so weird, and it's just weird to see how much I have grown as, like, a YouTuber as well from 2019. It's really weird. It's crazy. But, I mean, even my whole, like, countenance has completely changed. It's so funny.
In 2021, I believe, is when it's projected to start coming out. This is a series that I'm really excited about. Also a little bit nervous because...
Oh, Josiah, don't be excited. Don't be excited. You know how these things go. But, yeah, you can, I mean, I just said right there I'm a little bit nervous, so we'll see what I say here about this.
Of all of the way that a lot of these companies are kind of misusing these properties that we love so much and stuff, so I'm
That's a very light way of putting it, yeah.
Part of me is a little bit nervous about it, but overall, I'm excited, and from what we've seen so far, it seems like they're really going to try to do a good job with this series.
Oh, no. It looks like they're trying to do a good job with this series. Uh-huh.
I mean, think about Game of Thrones. The people that made Game of Thrones wanted to do a really good job with it and stuff, and because of that, it's done really well. So I would imagine that these people would want to do the same with Lord of the Rings. This is a series I'm really excited about, and we had some new details released last week where it's going to be taking place in the Second Age, and the interesting thing about that is that is when the Rings of Power were forged. We also had teasers from the Amazon Twitter. This is the first teaser they gave about what...
So, it seems like I was kind of putting the pieces together with this pretty well and stuff.
In, like, I think it was like 1200 of the Second Age, if I remember right off the top of my head. And then, like 100 years after the forging of the Rings of Power, that's when Sauron made the One Ring. So that's kind of when that's what I think this series is going to be about. I think it's going to be about the forging of the Rings of Power, the different races, kind of falling under the power of Sauron, and give him power over them. If that is the case,
Well, I mean, I was pretty on point with that. As far as, like, kind of what they were planning to do with the series and stuff. So...
Very, very excited about it. It is not going to be about young Aragorn. This happens way before young Aragorn. So it's not going to be about Aragorn, which is fine. I think it's good that it distinguishes away from Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, in this way. I think that's great. I think that's perfect. I'm excited about it from what we know about it so far. Let me know in the comments below what you think.
Alright, so there's that video. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video where we start to get more details about the show. That just came out yesterday, I believe. So, new $1.5 billion Lord of the Rings TV series set to film in Auckland, which, if you didn't know, is in New Zealand. So, yes, they are going to be bringing Lord of the Rings back to New Zealand. They're going to be making New Zealand Middle-earth once again, which I mean, even with that, they've kind of scrapped, right? Like, they are actually going to be filming the next seasons in the UK, so even that has changed, which is interesting. I think is a really smart move. I think that is the best decision that they can make,
And I think that's great. I really do think that is a really good decision. So
I think that's great. Yeah.
Film industry insiders confirmed a huge part of the Lord of the Rings TV series will be produced in New Zealand. The Amazon Studios show is set to be the most expensive TV show ever, costing more than $1.5 billion, which is an insane amount of money. That is ridiculous for a show, mind you. Like, that's just insane. So this really just goes to show that, you know, if Amazon wants to do this right, if they want to play their cards right, and I think they will be trying. I personally really do think that they are going to try to hopefully play the cards right, where they aren't going to make it a woke fest or anything like that.
Oh, Josiah, you were so wrong. You were so wrong about that. You were, oh man. I mean, the way that I was thinking was, okay, well, they're throwing a ton of money into this. Why would they even risk upsetting the fans over this type of thing? I was so wrong. I was so wrong about this. Like, completely. Wow. And I think even Amazon was wrong about this. I don't think even Amazon was expecting the backlash that they received from the teasers and everything else that they released, which got completely ratioed. Then they released that stupid Superfans video, which I still haven't reacted to. If you guys want to see me do a reaction of that, please like this video and leave a comment about it. But man, I was so wrong about this. Like, I wasn't even close.
If they learn anything from the shows that have come previous to them, then they will do what will honor Tolkien and his mythology.
But that's the point, is that these people in Hollywood, at the end of the day, money does speak to them, but at the end of the day, if they can still get away with pushing their insane agendas in all of these beloved properties like Lord of the Rings, Ghostbusters, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, all these things, if they can get away with still pushing their messages, then they will. And at the end of the day, this isn't going to be like the biggest loss ever for Amazon. Jeff Bezos himself put a lot of his personal money behind this show. So, I was completely thinking about this wrong. I wasn't even taking into account. I was thinking still at that time that money ultimately speaks the loudest. And yes, money does speak. But when it comes to these types of things, they still have their agendas, their Marxist agendas that they're trying to push out there, and they're trying to use their agendas under the guise of beloved franchises, and it is insane. And thankfully, when it comes to Rings of Power, Tolkien fans are seeing through the veil, and they are seeing what they are doing, and they do not like it. The fact that the very first teaser that they released got completely ratioed should be a huge sign that Tolkien fans are not going to put up with this nonsense.
His stories. If they screw that up, then their show is going to be a failure. It just says. Speaking to New Zealand Herald Premium, a senior member of the Auckland film industry says Kumeu and Auckland Film Studios are involved. They say studios have been working on pre-production for more than a year, and American crews were already in Auckland. So they have been working on that for a while, which is good. Announcement would be expected soon, as the leases are due to take effect in July, and I believe they are planning on starting filming in August, which is obviously, you know, really soon. So we're gonna be getting a
and then it talks about how, like, they were talking with Peter Jackson, and I'm so glad that Peter Jackson was like, yeah, I'm not gonna have any part of this. So that's good. But yeah, so I was completely wrong about this, totally, about what was going to be happening with the Rings of Power. To be fair, I did get the prediction about what they were going to be doing with the story correct, but besides that, I was completely off point when it came to that. I was hopeful back then that they weren't going to screw this up, and man, man, have I been very wrong about that. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this. What do you think about my predictions and everything else? What do you think about Rings of Power? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon. Bye.